welcome to Ridge Life. I'm Tim, and today on Ramblings, that's right, I got my mask on. Woo! Been doing some pink stuff insulation. Okay, I gotta take this off. It is just way too hot to be doing this. Okay, but yeah, I've been following you guys' recommendation. That's right, Elvis. The judge told me. She said, Tim, wear your mask. Well, I'm wearing the mask because I have been doing insulation. Matter of fact, the judge and I both have been doing insulation. Hopefully you watched yesterday's rambling. It was a super fun, one of my favorite ramblings I've ever done. The judge and I, Meredith and I, we sat in her back yard in front of the where her barn's going to be built, and did it was like 30 minutes. It was a fun rambling. If you missed it, make sure you go back and watch it. I had a blast. Hopefully the viewers did too. But this weekend, Meredith and I did all this behind me. Y'all see this insulation up in the I'm in the power shed, in case you didn't know. In the power shed, and Meredith and I both worked our tails off. That's right, Elvis. I got my tail feathers worked off. I don't know if you can hear him. He's out there yelling at us. But we worked our tail feathers off to get this insulation up. Unfortunately, the day we did it, it was so much hotter than today. The day before that was really nice. And today is really nice. Matter of fact, guys, when I got up this morning and I went into the power section side, because we did not get it done. We did not get it done. That's why I'm all geared up right now, getting it finished up for you. When I went to open the door this morning to start back up on it, it was cool in there. Much cooler than on the tool section side here, and much cooler than outside. So that's a good sign. That's a good sign. Now I will be finishing it up and getting that video out to you. You get to see Meredith do all her work and everything, and she is hilarious. She is a funny girl. I just took a break to get some Taco Bell in my belly. I know, fast food's not good for you, and neither is this yellow juice stuff here. This is called Mountain Dew. I don't live on a mountain, but I do the dew. Yeah, I know. Tim, lay off the soda. Lay off the pop. Some of y'all call it pop. Now here in the Mid-South, we call it soda. And if you look at the regional map of where people call it soda versus pop, matter of fact, in some states in the South, they just call it Coke. Give me a Coke. What kind of Coke you want? Give me a Mountain Dew. Yeah, that's not Coke. But anyway, I digress. So if you call it pop or you call it soda, I'd like to know down below. I want to see what of the RidgeLife Ramblings viewers, what's the predominant terminology? Is it pop or is it soda? Now, if you call it something else, you can let me know that too. But I call it soda. I don't call it soda pop. I don't call it pop. And sometimes I call it Coke if I were a Coke. But yes, it is much cooler today. Don't even have the air conditioner on the Ridge crib right now. Of course, I've been not really in the Ridge crib much, which helps the solar out a lot. And I cannot wait till I get the main solar going on in here. But that's a little ways away. Some people are really concerned about when I'm going to start on the off-grid barn house. And I understand. It's exciting to see all those materials coming in. I got the ramp door open right now, and I'm looking at all the materials out on the ground there. And I'll just tell you right now, it's not going to be until I finish this job, right? I am not one for starting 19 different jobs and not getting any of them done. I'm going to be living here. And I know I've got temporary power, and it's a little inconvenient the way I'm working it. I got a little solution for that coming too. You'll be seeing that. But the permanent power, I want to get the permanent power for a couple reasons. Permanent power will allow me to have power available when I go to build the house to connect it to the house. Also, it will allow me to have the power I need to sustain building the house. You need some pretty good, the chop saws, skill, all the different mixers and all the others and all the things. Hopefully I just didn't get insulation in my eye. I should have washed my hands again. I just touched that insulation. I washed them before I ate, but I didn't wash them before coming here to tell you this. And but yes, I am wearing the foamed safety glasses. Whoop, whoop. I've got the N95 mask. Okay, yeah, that's gonna keep those fibers out. And I got long pants on. Right, I don't have a long shirt on. I was wearing gloves. I got these little gloves right here I wear. And Meredith was wearing gloves when she was touching the fiberglass. Now I will say I was not wearing the mask the first day. And she got on to me, and then we talked about it, and you guys got on to me. So today I'm wearing the mask. It's actually not that bad because I'm finishing up mostly in time lapse. Most of the fun stuff was done by me and Meredith, the talking and all that, and it's just so hard. Luke, I am your father. It's just hard to talk in these things. But I know it's a safety thing, and you got to be safety conscious. So I am trying to be safety conscious. But hopefully I'll finish this up today, get this video of doing all the insulation and the power shed Thursday. I think my goal is Thursday to have all this ready for you. I've got other things I'm working on as well. I will say I am a little inconvenienced. And this is pushing this project ahead, which I probably should have done a long time ago. Again, I like to get things done before I move on to the next one. But this one's, again, more living condition. The porta potties are gone. So there's no just jumping outside and going to the porta potty. I got to use the ridge crib. Because Grandma Carol's, half a mile away, down on the other side of the ridge. So, and sometimes you just can't make it, right? So I've got to get my septic system to ridge crib solution done, and I've got the solution. I've told y'all about it already. The macerator, whatever you want to call it. I've crossed my fingers that it works. If not, I'll have to buy a honey wagon and transfer it over. And I do not want to be transferring over poo manually. I'm sorry if some of y'all don't want to talk about poo. Maybe you're eating your late lunch right now or something. I do apologize. But yes, that is one of the, as soon as I get this insulation done, before I get all the siding is right there. You can see the siding right there. Before I get all the siding up, the wall coverings up, top, bottom, inside out of the power shed, after I get the insulation, I'm going to be working on the living conditions issues. I've also really got to get the building materials under cover, or at least some of them, right? The ones that are moisture sensitive. I've got a giant 13 by 20 tent. I already got a canopy I got to put up, just like the white one I got for the generator tent. Got to get that put up, get it secured on the ground, and start moving in the materials that need to be at the windows and the fasteners and all those things. Get those moved into that tent. And then also I'll get some tarps over, the building materials are already covered in Tyvek, but that's not sufficient for long-term storage. So I will be getting a lot of those under tarps as well, and monitor the tarps, make sure they stay intact, right? I do want to announce that tomorrow night, I will be doing a giveaway on RidgeLife. I have got RidgeLife Spring Honey available to give away. I didn't get much this spring. I did not get much. I let it get away from me. But I will be giving away a bottle Tuesday night. So make sure you're on the live stream live Tuesday night. Make sure you're in the chat talking to everybody. And being in the chat is one of the requirements to receive, to be able to eligible to win the honey. So I'm excited to give that away. I know you guys are going to love it. I've given a lot of the family members a bottle already. I didn't have very many, so a lot of them got it. Not everybody got it. I wish I could have given it to everybody in the family. I just could not do it. because I don't have any left. I wouldn't have any left. And I got to have enough to get me through to fall before I, for my coffee and all that stuff. So and I still haven't even given a lot to my kids and stuff. Yes, I'm a little bit behind. Let's see here. Morgan's giving me some updates. Morgan, my son in college, he did very well on his last exam. Got a good grade in the last class. He did take some summer classes, and he'll be starting fall here up in a couple weeks. Fall classes. So he did very well in his summer classes. Very proud of you, Morgan. Willa just started school today. She is back in school. Hudson won't be in school until next week, but he's in football all week. So Meredith is working her tail off. I'm talking getting up early in the morning and then not getting home from taking the kids around and doing her work until like 7 o'clock at night. That's going to be her schedule, 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. pretty much all the time. So if you won't be seeing her too much out here on the Ridge, because Monday through Friday she is 14 hours a day pretty much getting it. And then she may come over here a little bit on weekends, but I'll try to take weekends off to see her too. So we'll just have to see how that goes. I know you guys would love to see her over here on the Ridge working, but it's just when she only gets Saturday and Sunday off, and still she doesn't always get Saturday and Sunday off. Sunday, she was working remotely on her day off. I mean, she has a very, very intensive job. So I respect her very much for that. So I'm not going to, I'm just glad she did get to come over Saturday and help me with all this insulation. She did an amazing job. I appreciate you, babe. My son Tyler just closed on a house. Congratulations, Tyler. Good luck with that, buddy. Him and his wife. And then my daughter Alyssa is doing very well. She's teaching at the primary school in the town she lives. Grandson doing fine. So thank you all for your concerns with the family. Appreciate you very, very much. Grandma Carol's doing fine as well. I will say, since I've moved up to the Ridge, I see her a lot less. Before, when I lived, in her backyard, I could go over there, use the bathroom, go over there, do the, oh my gosh, guys. Oh my gosh. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 turkeys in the Ridge front yard right now. Hold on just a second. I'm gonna get a picture, okay? Hold on 1 second. See if I can get this picture. Let me use my phone here. Let's see. Come on. Picture. Turkeys. Where are they at? I gotta stand up real quick, sorry. All right, guys. Oh, 6. There are 6 wild turkeys in the Ridge front yard right now. There they go. They heard me. They heard my chair squeak when I sat down. 6 wild turkeys. Now, when Meredith and Willow were over here the other day, they were coming back from Grandma Carol's on the Kubota, and they had a deer cross right in front of them on the S-curve leading up to the Ridge. Not the S-curve, the Y-curve. It used to be called the S-curve. Now it's the Y-curve to go to my house versus Grandma's house. Now the S-curve is the one right in front of my house when it goes into the woods. They had a deer cross right in front of them there. That was really, really cool. Yeah, so 6, at least 6, I see, wild turkey, probably 50 yards from me, probably 50 yards. That is cool. I love living in the country, right? And I will say, I get up in the morning, I come outside, check the power stations and generators and stuff in my underwear. That's a great thing about living in the country. Now that I, don't have the porta potties here, I will say that I do use Mother Nature a lot for relieving myself on the number 1 side. Okay, definitely not the number 2. I would never do that in my own property, Does Tim poo in the woods? No, Tim does not poo in his own woods. Okay, I'm not going to do that to my living conditions out here. That would be a degradation to me. So, I mean, in an emergency, I would do it if I had to, because I'm not above pooing in the woods, especially if I'm deer hunting or something, I don't like to, but you gotta go, you gotta go. But yeah, so I enjoy the country living, being able to just walk around in your underwear on your property and pee in the woods if you have to, and watch all the wildlife go. Look at him, hey, peeing in the woods. Yeah. I did get off the phone when I was getting something to eat, talking to David from my homestead and Anthony from Country Road Cure. We're trying to get our Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue in October. Our trip scheduled out. It's the first week in October, which happens to be my birthday, so it's going to be a birthday celebration for me. Meredith's birthday is the week afterwards, and we are going to Little Rock, doing a little something fun there, staying in a real nice hotel, the Capitol Hotel in Little Rock for her birthday. Actually, it's kind of a combo birthday thing for us. So it should be fun. But yeah, I'm trying to get with Anthony and David, and I was trying to get Gary too. I don't know if Gary and Mel are going to go to Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue. That would be really cool if they did, but right now. So I'm trying to get an Airbnb. We just all get a big house with a common area, maybe an outside party area, so we can go to Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue, have some fun in Rogers, Arkansas, and then come back and enjoy each other's company and have some fun there. So that's the plan. If I can get everybody on board with it, I'll let y'all know what the plans are and how we get that all situated. I will say right now, I'm very pleasantly surprised to look out the window of the power shed and see the Beast, the side-by-side, the Kubota side-by-side, and the SRT are all three under the solar carport. And I got those windows still under there. Haven't got those moved over to the tent yet. Haven't got the tent up yet. So I will get the windows out of there. So I do have room for Meredith's car, her little Range Rover, whenever she comes over. The Beast takes up a lot of room, but I can move it over and make some room if I have to. So it is a 4-car carport. Technically, when you drive a big F-250, it's about like having 2 cars, you know what I'm saying? But it is nice to have all the vehicles up here. I do not have the motorcycles up here yet. To get the motorcycles up here, and I'm actually going to put the motorcycles right where I'm sitting here in the tool shed. As soon as I get the wall coverings on the power shed there, I'll have all these materials out of here. Right now I've got insulation all around me. I've got the wall coverings and everything. I will clean up in here, reorganize. This toolbox will go over there, the big bench will go over here, and the motorcycles will be then allowed to move in to the power shed, or to the shed side, the tool shed side, which will allow then Grandma Carol to once again have her garage back. It's been 2 years, guys. Whew. Poor Grandma Carol has not had the use of her garage for her car in 2 years, and I thank you, Grandma Carol, for allowing me to keep my motorcycles in there. But yeah, I need to get that back to her. That's right now. I still have clothes upstairs in her loft and stuff in her storage shed. And I still actually have stuff in my Uncle Sonny's loft in his garage. Thank you, Uncle Sonny, for allowing me to keep that there. It's been there 2 years. I know it's a little inconvenience for you, too, so I do apologize for that. But it is very, very appreciated. So, yes, I'm slowly getting it all worked up. That's the plan, is to get everything up here on the ridge. And once the power section is done, electrical inspections passed and power is available, I will proceed on the off-grid house build. Now, will I be doing stuff towards it before then? I think so. I've got some foundation preparation for the air conditioning, for the water lines and septic and all that stuff. I may do some of that stuff whenever the opportunity presents itself. Like while I'm waiting on the electrical permitting or the inspections and stuff like that, I can go over there and start working on projects on the foundation area for the off-grid barn house, and still get these projects done. That's the plan. So, and I don't want the material sitting on the ground longer than I have to as well. So, I appreciate all the thoughts and concerns about how things are progressing and the order of which things. I am doing them at my own pace, though. And Tim's pace is pretty slow. Meredith and I are really looking forward to a future together, and I am focusing a lot on our relationship, not putting aside anything I'm doing here on the Ridge, because that is, again, part of, building, our relationship together, is getting all this done, right? But again, I don't want to neglect my relationship with the love of my life right now. I think a lot of you can tell I'm a lot happier, a lot giddier, a lot sillier, a lot more focused. I've actually been getting a lot more work done since I've met Meredith, and I think that's a good thing, right? I'm happier. I'm physically, I feel better. And I'm just getting more done. I got all those solar panels up. The solar carport is done. Matter of fact, I'm going to be working on a video, beginning to end, time lapse of when I first started digging the footers for the concrete for the solar carport on up to putting the 48 solar panels on. So I'll have a beginning to end video. I think that'll do really well on YouTube. I know most of you have already seen the individual videos, and there's a lot of them, right? It took me about over 6 months over 6 months for sure. I think when I first did the first concrete footer was probably a year ago. I'll have to go back and look. And see when I did that first concrete footer. Remember the rain just pushed everything off for like 3 months? I mean, you just couldn't do any dirt work. And then when it did dry out, bam, I got that part done like that. But so of course, the shed, all the work I've done in the shed and the power shed, and then moving the Ridge crib up here, and then of course Freedom Weekend, that was a big focus for over a month. Oh my goodness, is making sure that went off without a hitch, and I'm very happy with how Freedom Weekend is taking place. So for those that have said I haven't accomplished much here on the Ridge in the last year, I don't know what you've been watching. Hopefully it's been RidgeLife, not just RidgeLife Ramblings, because RidgeLife is where the work takes place. Over here, I just ramble, right? I just talk. Occasionally I'll take you for a walk about and all that kind of stuff. But I think I've done pretty good for a single old man by himself, you know what I mean? The only help I've had has been David coming out and help me with the C channel. And again, with the video, the ramblings from this week, when I said David damaged the shed, the power shed, and no, of course, I admitted it right off. I'm the one that damaged the power shed. That was all me, and that was not clickbait. It was all truthful. I did it. I never said David did it in the description or in the title. I just said whose fault, and it was my fault. I did allude to it in the video that it was him, but that was, again, purely in jest. And then I showed, me on the tractor. That's just how that works. I got it all fixed. Looks great. No leaks. We had 1.5 inches of rain in 1 hour the other day, and I came in here and it was bone dry. So that's a good sign. No leaks in the roof that I repaired. I am not a metal worker though. Ooh. I may have made metal in the steel industry, but I don't like working. I'm not good at working with it, that's for sure. But I'm learning everything. And a lot of people have said, Tim, we watched how you build. You're never going to build your house. Well, I'm learning, right? I'm learning in the power shed. I framed up these walls, made some mistakes. Put this insulation up. You'll see I made some mistakes, but I'm learning from them. And I got smart people around me, very, very helpful, smart people around me. So I'm going to get it done. I don't know how long it's going to take me and how much help I'll have to get. And maybe I've had Reagan come up, help me get all the solar panels on. I had Morgan and Gavin, of course, Meredith and other help, and I appreciate them as well. But mostly it's been me, I'm a lone worker. I do like getting things done myself. I'm a little meticulous. I'm a little extra, in case you didn't know. And it's easier sometimes for me being extra to work by myself. Meredith figured that out this weekend doing the installation. I'm a little more focused and determined when I'm working versus rambling. A little more focused and determined. But I'm always very, very conscientious, and I would never disrespect those that are helping me. So love you guys. Thank you for helping me. Those that have helped me. Never would disrespect them. All right, guys, I am done with lunch, hopefully done with this rambling. I'll get this up to you, and I'm going to go finish the solar shed. It's starting to get a little warm in here. I think the sun might be coming out just a little bit. So, guys, love every single one of you. Hit that notification bell right down there to be notified next time a video comes out. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe if you will. I do appreciate it. Until next time, hope everyone has a blessed day. Keep rambling, and go Ridge Life. Woo!